Welcome to the No Manches ¿Qué Pasó podcast, a podcast no one asked for about the unfiltered ups and downs of life from the perspective of two Latinas who got familias to manage,
real shit to deal with, and are just taking it one day at a time. Our chismes are your chismes,
porque why not? All right, welcome to another episode of the No Manches ¿Qué Pasó podcast.
Why'd you have to look at our sign? Did you not memorize the name of our podcast?
You caught that?
I sure did.
Don't roll it back, please. Don't roll it back. Anyway, we're here again
with V
and Karina.
And we're going to obviously start off with our fit check.
You're repping.
I sure am. I am repping Columbia College. I got this hoodie when I was a freshman at Columbia College. I studied post-production editing, and here we are. I wanted to represent alumni with my Air Maxes. Just comfy right now because it's cold in this unfinished space. We're
both like gray, black and white.
Yeah, it's October, gloomy.
Yeah. I do not want to rep anything of my college.
Where did you go to college?
I don't even want to say. It's embarrassing.
Stop. Now you got to tell me.
It's a tiny little liberal arts Christian college in Michigan.
Okay.
It's traumatic. Like, I unpacked a lot of it afterwards. I mean, that's a whole another episode that we can go into. But anyway, I got my slides because I'm running out of shoes to change into. So I got my Nike slides.
Okay, all right. With your Adidas socks. That's all good, all good. Hey, but that's the style now. They mismatch brands.
That's true.
I mean, that's not something that I would have done back in the day, but, we're in 2023, so wear what you want.
Yeah, okay. Well, repping a little bit of Nike, a little bit of Adidas, and we are drinking.
Wait, your shirt.
Oh, this is my,
I love it.
Comfy tee.
But, okay, so on your shirt it says, okay, pero primero café. Because, like I had said before, Karina is a coffee connoisseur. She loves coffee. So that fits you perfectly.
Yeah. I drink bougie coffee.
She sure does.
But I love to support the small businesses, like the local roasters. Ugh. Just so good. They put so much love into their roasts and their beans. Yeah.
But we also have drinks here.
Yeah, so I had a random case of these Topo Chico tequila drinks, and I was like, let's try them for the first time. I haven't tried it, but let's try it for the first time live.
Oh man. I'm not a big fan. But I'll try it for you. Salud. Oof, smells.
It does smell strong.
Don't trip.
I weigh.
Ugh. Oh my God.
Okay, no, I don't like it.
That's kind of strong, and I feel like it's bringing me back to early college years when you used to drink the Jose Cuervo. That's what that tastes like. Ugh.
It does not taste good. Mm-mm. But I'm thirsty.
Ooh.
I could drink it.
So you would drink this because you're thirsty?
I think I would. Yeah.
It literally tastes like Jose Cuervo.
I mean, it does taste strong.
What kind of tequila is it? Does it even say?
Let's see. It says a ranch water cocktail.
Stop.
No me digas.
First of all, who is this Topo Chico? Is that
Sorry.
Is that
That's my bad. I did not read
Dang. And just
this.
last episode, or I don't even know, a couple episodes ago, you were talking about ranch water.
I know the stuff I make
Hijo de
is
su.
tastes much better. It says a mix of tequila, lime juice, natural flavors, and filtered sparkling water.
Topo Chico, is that a Mexican company?
You know, I don't
Now I'm
know.
curious to know because that's crazy that it said ranch water. But
Okay, yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad.
a ranch water cocktail.
I
Wowza.
spilled.
Oh, made with real tequila blanco. Yeah, probably Jose Cuervo. Anyways,
Okay, well, sorry, we have nothing to drink.
well, we tried it. It was a flop.
Yeah, we'll be real on here. We'll keep it
Yeah.
100. Do the kids say that? I'm
We'll
trying to be
keep-
cool. We'll keep it 100.
I don't know if they say. I'm sure they use different words nowadays. So I'm trying to keep up with my niece and nephews and
Okay.
yeah.
But look, we'll keep it real. That's
I'm
what I
gonna
grew up
keep it
with,
real. I'm
so
gonna keep it real.
keep it real. I do not recommend that.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to something on a positive note, right?
Okay, well, is it positive? I mean,
Well,
so we were talking about how tomorrow, so
we're still in October.
yeah, tomorrow, both of our husbands are going to be out of town for a week.
Yes. I'm not looking forward to that. Only because I have, my 3 boys and juggling, full-time work plus getting them ready for school and all of their after-school activities and homework and, and still trying to, get some workouts in there too.
Yeah.
Because obviously I need working out helps me mentally. So, and having to wake up early too for the kids and all of that, the bedtime routine, all of that. So it's going to be a lot. So yeah, and I was just telling Karina that us women, I mean, we're strong. We can do everything. And so I was just telling her that we endure so much as women. Like, we have periods, we are the ones that give birth, get pregnant, and then we have to go get, annual breast exams after 40 and, visit the gynecologist every year. And it's just a lot that women have to go through. And I mean, you have the 2 kids at school or home, you homeschool.
Yeah, they're with me all the time.
It can be draining.
Yeah, I just purchased a laptop because I needed another computer so I could work while my daughter was on my computer for school.
Yeah.
And we have another computer for my son because they're on the same class. Like, they're on their school Zooms at the same time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm juggling their school schedule plus their extracurriculars plus my business. And I was thinking, I think next year, 2024,
That's crazy.
is going to be the year that I hire
Okay.
like a person.
Like an assistant?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know.
I want a chef. I want a maid. I want
a driver. I already have a chef. That's going to be gone next week.
What are you gonna do? You don't cook.
No, I got my girl across the street.
You're right. You're right. She does.
Shout out to the taqueria across the street. They hook me up whenever I need tacos or arroz.
They're really good. I had some gorditas from there. They were amazing.
Everything I get from there is so good. And then a few blocks down, we have a pizza place.
All right, so you're just gonna be hitting them up.
For real. For real.
Okay. So we were just talking about this. We're like, man, it's crazy how much women have to go through And, even just like pregnancy wise, like, giving birth and how traumatic it can be, especially postpartum, and just having to deal, like having to get up after you just delivered and take care of a human being. Like, that's wild to me, right? And when we're sick, who's going to take care of us? While we're sick, we still got to take care of kids.
I have not been sick ever.
I have gotten sick, but it's very like, I don't know if it's because it's
mentally.
it's mental.
We don't have time to get sick.
We don't have time for that shit.
Yeah.
We just don't have time. We're like, no, we have to just go, 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 go.
Where's the Vicks?
The Vicks,
Put it
Vaporu.
on. The tricky part, at least for me, is that I am not just parenting my children. I am completely shifting how I parent them from when I was parented, and I'm also healing my inner child. So I'm like parenting myself.
1000%. I agree with you. Yes, I'm so glad that you said that, because I am trying. And no, I'm not going to knock my mom, because she didn't, know better. She's learning. She was learning too. She was a young mom as well. Well, I had my first when I was 28. She had me when she was 23. So I'm just, and my dad was not in my life. So I am a little bit harder on my husband too, because I want my kids to have what I didn't have. And so, I'm trying to change that up. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm still, trying to tap into that patience, to be honest, because growing up, there was just a lot of yelling, and I find myself yelling too with my kids, and I hear myself yelling, and I'm just like, ooh, like just tone it back a little bit. So I know that I have a lot of conversations with my kids. I make sure to, have that open line of communication. I don't want them to be afraid to talk to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a difference, and I learned this in adulthood, between fear and respecting. Like, fearing your parents and respecting them.
Right.
And we were taught that they were the same thing. Like, or at least we were taught what we thought was respect was actually me being afraid of them.
Okay.
And I don't want my kids to be afraid of me. I want them to actually respect me.
Yeah.
Because at some point, you're going to realize that you actually don't respect the adults in your life that caused you trauma, and that you're not respecting them, or that you were just acting out of fear, not respect, I should say. I respect my parents.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I acted out of fear, not respect. And they saw it as like, oh, you're not respecting me if you do this or you do that. And so then that's what I equated. Does that make sense?
No, it does. And that actually brings up a time in my life when I was, 17 years old, and there was a disagreement with not my immediate family, but it was like my uncles and my cousins, where there was like a party. And we were just having a conversation, but it started to get a little bit heated. And I voiced my opinion. And I had one uncle that was like, you don't get to have an opinion. And I was like, what? My other uncle was like, what do you mean she doesn't get to have an opinion? She has every right to have her own opinion on something. You may not like it, and that's okay. But don't minimize my opinion, or be like, who are you to tell me what you feel? So that is like, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from, but that just took me back, and I was just like, wow. Because when you're growing up, you think of like your family as like oh my God, they're wonderful. Like, I love them. They're so cool and this and this and that. And then as you get older and you start formulating your own opinions and then you're just like, whoa, yeah, that's not somebody that I want in my life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, these people are placed in your life because you're family, but you don't have to be. You can, like you said, you can respect, you can be cordial, be like hello and hey, but I'm not gonna just be silent just because you don't like what I have to say.
And I think when I was younger, before I knew how to stand up for myself or like respect myself, I would just shut down. Like if I was told, like, oh, be quiet or you don't get to have an opinion, I would be like, okay,
Oh,
fine.
so you wouldn't fight back?
No, I'd be like that quiet
Timid,
simmer.
okay.
Well, like, yeah, I'd be like that quiet person, but also I'd be simmering on the inside, and I'd
Did
be
you
like,
ever
I'm gonna get you back.
oh yeah. Did
And
you
I never
ever
did.
like cry when you were angry?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I used to do that a lot too. And I don't know where that comes from. It's like, why? Why, if I'm so angry, I shut down because I just don't know what to say. And sometimes my words can be very hurtful, especially when I'm angry, and somebody did something to me and I can't obviously get physical with them. So I use my words as
Your weapons.
yes, as my
Yeah.
weapons. And I don't know. It's like and then when I just shut down and I cry or I try not, because I don't want to be hurtful either, because the words that I'm going to say, they're going to be really hurtful and it's probably going to make you cry. So instead of telling you what I really feel, I shut down and I cry because it makes me so angry that I can't tell you how I really feel.
Yeah. And I think when I first saw that shutdown happening with my kids, I was like, okay, no, I recognize what is happening and I don't want that for them.
Right.
And so I think it was when I had both of them already. Maybe when they were like 4 and 2 is when I started changing the way that I parented. And I was just like, dang, if I don't do something differently, like they're going to have the same issues that I have. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is my job as a parent, as a mom? Like, do I want the same relationship with them that I have with my mom? And I was like, dang. Okay, so what does that mean? I got to work on myself.
Yeah.
And that is rough. That is
And you
rough.
have been going to therapy.
Yeah.
I have to find a therapist, and it's hard to find somebody that's really good and can give you, I don't know, give you advice. I have gone to therapy before, but I just felt like I didn't really get anything. I mean, I got a little bit out of there because I was able to open up about my childhood and talk about my dad and him walking out, and so I was able to work on that. But I think everybody needs to work on themselves and talk to somebody that's unbiased or that doesn't really know you, and they can offer some sort of, I don't know, the tools that you need.
Yeah. I know a lot of therapists, actually.
Oh, well, please let me know, because I definitely need to unpack and just go through all that and work on myself. And
Yeah.
because if
Okay.
you don't work on yourself, then how can you be a good parent?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people don't realize that in order to be a good whatever,
Wife,
friend,
friend,
business person,
right.
parent, like we need to do internal work.
Yes.
And that's the thing that they don't teach you, like in school or in life. Like we're teaching ourselves.
They should be able to
Dang.
talk about that stuff in school. I mean, that's like real life shit.
Yeah.
And as much as I try to protect my kids from that, they are still going to experience it somehow, somewhere out in when they're in public. You know, and I just want to build them up, like their self-esteem up and their confidence, that it won't affect them as much. They'll be able to just let it roll off and not like have it fester or, you know, them think, because that's what I do. I think about it and I'm consistently like, man, I should have said this. I should have said that. Having all these things, because it's like when you're having a disagreement with somebody and you know that you're right? And you want to make your point across. And then all of a sudden you forget those points. And then afterwards you're in the shower and you're like, shit, I should have said this. I should have said that. I'm like, damn it.
You're like, can we come back?
Right. Hold on. I'm not done.
I know. I think as I'm learning that we did not get the skills and the tools we needed to like be emotionally intelligent or like think through things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, how did I survive this long? And thankfully my kids will do better.
I mean,
better.
I feel like, that's what I want for my kids. I want them to be better than me, be better than my husband. And then so on. You want to be better than your parents. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, my mom and my dad, they know they want us to be better than them, because I'm sure they know they also didn't have the tools. I mean, in a very like Mexican culture, they didn't talk about mental health. It wasn't like a thing back then.
Yeah.
Like it is now. I mean, these kids have mental health days at school.
Really?
They do. They do.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think you get like 3 days a year for mental health days. So that wasn't a thing
So
back
do you
then.
get a mental health day from work then?
No, I wish. I guess it depends on the company too that
Yeah.
you work for. But we get sick days and they don't care. Even if you're not sick, you can use it. So I feel like that would be a mental health day. Use it as a sick day or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's great. We as human beings go through so much shit, especially now. I mean, we've been through a recession, went through a damn pandemic. Now we're going through another freaking recession.
We've been through a terrorist attack.
We've been through 9/11.
Yes,
Now
that's what I meant.
9/11. I mean, we have gone through a lot. A lot. And it's okay to not be okay. And you just have to tell yourself that. Like, you're going to have days where it's not everything's going to be all peachy. Or you're going to, like, open up your phone and see, oh, wow, this person is living her greatest life. Or you think they are, right? Because it's always perception, and you see, and they only post what they want to post. They're not going to post the bad stuff, right? Because who wants to see bad things, right? You just want to be happy all the time. But you have to like mentally tell yourself that that's not true. Like everyone has their ups and downs. And, and I'm going to segue into something else, because my son was just asking me about social media and Snapchat, and he wants Snapchat. And he's going to be 13 next month. And I'm trying to protect him and not getting social media, because I feel like their brains are not developed enough to be able to differentiate social media with real life. Because they're just, oh, wow, he has this. He gets to go here. They have blah, 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 all this. Oh, he gets to go on trips. He's buying all these new shoes, and I don't have anything. I don't have that. I don't want him to start comparing himself to other people.
Yeah.
Because that's when you are doomed, when you're consistently always comparing yourself to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I sometimes do that to myself. I mean, we're humans. Like, we do that. And then you just kind of have to, like, snap out of it. Like,
Yeah.
tell yourself, that's not real.
Well, I compare my shoe collection to yours.
But listen, I've been collecting shoes for a very long time. And I don't get to wear all of my shoes and my clothes all the time because I work from home. And, I don't.
It's okay. No, don't be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. Shoe. I want to show the people my shoes.
I just got my slides.
Yes. And they're comfy. I wear my slides every day.
Okay. Bring your slides next time. But yeah, I mean, we are literally trying to create a different reality for our kids
Yeah.
in a world that is completely different than when
different.
we grew up. Like, our parents didn't have to worry about social media.
No, they didn't.
The most we were jealous about were the commercials on TV showing the latest toys
Oh,
from
yeah.
Toys R Us.
And we didn't have phones back then.
Right.
We didn't know what our friends were doing over the weekend or, it was simpler times. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to bring into my kids' life. I want them to not, want all the, like the nice thing. I don't want them to be consistently wanting the next best thing, the next this, because then, I mean, there's always going to be something new.
Yeah.
Always. And you can't always be going after that. You have to be content and happy with what you have and be grateful for what you have.
Yeah. A pet peeve of mine is when my kids say that I'm yelling at them
When you're not.
when I'm not. When I'm just like, hey guys, I need you to do this now, and I need you to, like, I'm
Yeah,
just
you're
talking
just firm.
stern.
Yeah, stern. Yeah.
Not even stern, firmly.
Firmly. Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you want? Me to sing to you? Like, this is not
Hello,
yelling.
guys. I want you to pick up your clothes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this is not yelling at all. Like, you don't
Trust
know.
me. This is not. No, when I talk really loud and I mean, yeah, I get that look. It's like this, it's I don't know if I just learned it from my mother. But it's like, oh, she means business.
Panic.
She means business
Yeah.
here. I need to go and clean my room or pick up my clothes off the floor or do something because if I ask you nicely 5 times, I've kind of like reached my limit yes. See, when I say I'm practicing my patience, like I feel like I am pretty patient, like,
Yeah.
for the first 5 times.
Yes.
But after I've reached my limit, look at me scratching. I feel like fiend or something. I'm just like, bro, go do that now before I take away. I tell them that I take away their money. That's the only way that it's very effective.
Yeah.
Because they earn their money. Like my older son, he earns his money by, getting good grades too. I give him, when he gets an A. That's motivation to him because he wants to be able to buy, shoes and, shirts and stuff like that. And so, and he also, like, if I need him to watch the little one, I'll be like, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to watch him, to play with him or whatever. And that's because he's always asking, how can I make money? How can I make money? Okay, well, that's how you do it. But I'm also going to be like, if you don't do this, if I'm going to take away $5 or $10 away from you. That's when he's just like, okay, I want my money, so I need to, because in life, when you do something wrong, you get fined.
That's true.
You get fined.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm trying
Dang,
to
I
do.
didn't even think of that.
Oh yeah, one year he wrote something on the bus, and
What do you mean, on the bus?
yes, on the seat, he was. Oh my goodness, it was really bad, because he didn't like the bus driver, so he wrote something derogatory.
No.
Right? That's the word?
Yeah.
Derogatory? Okay. So he wrote something derogatory, and, a couple days later I found out he never told me, but the principal called me, and he got in trouble. And I fined him $100. Yeah. He won't ever do that again.
Dang.
Because that's vandalism.
Yeah.
So I fined him and I told him. And that's the thing, like, I was able to sit down and talk to him and tell him why I'm taking this money away from him that he earned, what he did wrong, and also tell him that in real life, if you were to do this in real, like, as you're older, you're going to get fined by the police, and even worse. So I'm trying to show you now so that you don't do this later.
Yeah, let me take notes. My kids, I'm going to be like, this is what Vanessa said. They're going
They're be like, damn, Vanessa, she ain't coming over again.
get her out of this house.
But yeah, I try to do things differently, so that way it's not like yelling, it's not hitting, and explain to them why I'm doing this.
The explanation part was missing for us.
Yes.
Like, it was just punishment, whether physical or not. And then it was like, you should know.
And you have to follow through
Yeah.
with what you're going to say. Because if you don't follow through, that's when they know they have you in the palm of their hands. They're like, my mom always says that. She always says she's going to ground me, and she never does.
Dang.
I made that mistake when I was younger. You always say you're going to hit me. You never hit me.
I remember the last time I got hit, I was old, maybe like 12, 13.
Oh.
And my mom went to go hit me, and I moved.
Ooh.
And she hit like the drawers.
Oh,
and
my God.
She was like she hurt herself. And I was just like, what? What happened? What happened? I didn't do anything. And she never hit me again. Because I think she was like, dang, she's too old.
Yeah.
She's too fast.
She's too fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
But yeah, yeah.
So I'm trying to new ways, different
Yeah.
ways. And
I mean, motherhood is hard.
it is. And sometimes we lose our patience, and don't be hard on yourself. You just learn from it and try to grow from it, and see how you can, find a better solution or a different approach.
Yeah, I've apologized to my kids. Like, if I
have,
lose
and
my
that's
temper.
that's another thing. I never got apologies.
Never. No.
And
Yeah.
and that is something like, and yes, it will take me a few hours or whatever, because I have to like sit and think about what I did, and I will be like, you know what, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that, and and so I even though my son is older, I still want to show him love. I still want to show him that hugs and kisses, and it doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like when I was younger, I felt like there was an age where you just never, you didn't get those hugs and kiss, affection.
Yeah.
Right? I got that from my grandparents, but like, I just feel like it was, back then it was, if I show affection, it's, they're going to take advantage of me or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want them to know that I still love them, even though like piss me off sometimes. But
Yeah.
I still love you, kids.
Yeah. Well, I'd be interested in hearing if any of the listeners felt that cutoff of affection, because I didn't I thought it was just me, but now that you're saying it, I'm just like, dang, there was
girl.
a cutoff. I was also told like, oh, well, you're not as touchy-feely or lovey-dovey as your sister. And so I was just like, okay.
Is
fine.
she the youngest?
Yeah. And so yeah, I'd be interested in hearing.
I'm the oldest too.
Yeah.
So,
So it was like, you got to get it together. Like, you should be strong.
Yep.
Like, you don't need.
I think, and like I said, I'm not knocking my parents. I'm not,
No,
you know,
no, no.
I just feel like they were not, we got to understand like how they grew up too, you know, is kind of maybe even like worse.
Yeah.
They also didn't know. I mean, my grandma got pregnant when she was, 16 years old.
Yeah.
I think. No, she got married at 15. I don't know. She was really a really young mom. So she also didn't know too either. So
Yeah.
it's just like trying to break that cycle.
Right. I acknowledge that my parents like had it rough, like, and they overcame and pushed through and did a lot of generational change from their previous generation
Right.
to us.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm gonna keep building on top of that to make it a little better.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can do. That's
Yeah.
literally all we can do. Is just be better, do better, and hopefully we can raise some great humans and that can contribute something really good into this world.
Yeah. And on that note, I think that's a good way to
Yeah.
close us out.
Deuces, V out.
All right. Until next time. K out.
This is garbage.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's all I have.